Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. We're going to jump into a mailbag video here on a Friday. A lot of good questions, hopefully a lot of good answers coming up in just 1 second. First, make sure you guys are subscribed because the only way that the people on today's show were actually featured is because they were subscribers. That's kind of the kicker here. If you're subscribed and you asked a good question earlier this week, then you have a chance to be a part of this video. So if you weren't subscribed, subscribe now to be a part of next week's video. Very, very simple. All right, let's jump into the first question here. CDog11 says, hey man, what are your thoughts on J.J Arcega-Whiteside switching to tight end? Yes, I'm glad we have a Whiteside question because this news broke just yesterday, according to multiple sources, multiple reports, I should say. I think it was the Inquirer and then NFL Network, and until you corroborated things, basically saying that J.J Arcega-Whiteside will switch to tight end to try to revamp and revitalize his career. No issues with this. This is a good thing. I mean, J.J Arcega-Whiteside was not making any sort of headway in terms of being a wide receiver, and honestly, you just freed up a free roster spot on the depth chart at wide receiver with Whiteside switching over to tight end. Like, I have no issue with this. More power to him. He has a big size. He's really, really good at blocking. One of the few ways that he was able to get into football games on offense last year was in run blocking situations as a wide receiver, and so I'm fine with this. I mean, honestly, whatever you got to do to make yourself useful and to go ahead and, maybe earn back a little bit of trust from Philadelphia fans. I don't think we're ever going to get back the second-round draft pick that we paid for him in overall production, but maybe a move to tight end could be a solid move overall. Tyrese Jackson is sitting there. He had the back injury last year, didn't get to play a lot. He's still an option as a number 2 tight end, much more of a project. At least Whiteside is a receiver. I mean, technically, he has all the receiving skills, and so now he just needs to learn the tight end route tree and, the more intimate run blocking things that you do with a tight end in terms of, pulling and cracking and stuff like that. So, fine with it. I think that it's good news. I just don't think we should expect anything special. I think Whiteside and that second-round pick will forever be a bust, but if you can squeeze a little bit more out of him while he's still in his rookie deal, then, more power to him, more power to the front office and the coaching staff to go ahead and make that change. Had a break pin comment down below. Any chances that Whiteside will actually be a good tight end? Like what are the odds? Scale 1 to 10. What are the odds that he's actually a good tight end? 10 being like for sure, 1 being like not. I mean, at least we still have a great tight end in Dallas Goedert ahead of him. But give me your odds down below right now. All right, Dylan Turner says, do you think Deebo is $18 million a year better than one of these potential first-round wide receivers? I don't know. That's a really, really tough question. My answer is no. I think you're going to get a star out of some of these first-round receivers, and there are multiple really good first-round receivers. That's been my big hesitation with, trading and then having to pay Deebo Samuel is how much are you paying him, right? Look at the numbers. These are the top 5 highest-paid wide receivers in the National Football League. He's going to want this type of money. He's going to want more than DJ Moore and Stephon Diggs. So what are you talking about, $25 million a year? $28 million a year? Is he worth Devontae Adams' money? Like, he's really, really, really good, but you and I would both take Devontae Adams over Deebo Samuel any day of the week, right? I mean, that's just my one big thought here in terms of, should you trade for Deebo Samuel? Should you not trade for Deebo Samuel? Is he great? Yes. Is he worth being paid a lot of money? Yes. But you're telling me that Chris Olave can never actually be great, or that Treylon Burks can never actually be great, or Garrett Wilson can never be great, or Drake London can never be great? Those guys will be on rookie contracts. And if you pay Deebo Samuel now, you're then already on the books for a big salary there. And then you got to pay Devontae Smith in, 2 years? Whenever he gets to his 4th year, because he's going to want to not get the 5th-year option. So, again, I'm not against trading for Deebo Samuel. I'm just trying to maximize money, and I guess I'm a little too blindly believing that the Eagles will draft a star receiver in the first round, which I guess is not a guarantee, but it's something that I'm really hoping that they are able to do. Now, speaking of the draft, we're trying to get to 28,000 subs by the night of the draft, which is literally Thursday. Today is, Friday, so it's 6 days away. I mean, we're getting really, really close, but we're almost there to 28,000 subs. If you guys like the channel, you like the content, go down below and hit that red subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it because we got a lot of great draft coverage, and you guys are going to want to go ahead and stay tuned and be here for that. All right, DNB says, how many trades do you think Howie will make before and on draft day? A lot. Very quick answer. A lot. Like, Howie has all the ammo in the world right now. Having that additional first-round draft pick and, all the 5 picks in the first 150 picks or whatever it is. I mean, they got multiple draft picks scattered all throughout this draft. He's going to wheel and deal. Now, the question really is he going to move up or down in the first round? Right now, I'm thinking no. But on draft night, if there's a player that they like, if Maude Gardner is sitting there at number 8 and the Falcons are willing to trade back, then sure, Howie will make that move. I'm expecting, though, in rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that he's going to make a ton of moves up and down. Like, go get your guys. I do not want this to be the draft where if they have a guy that they love and he's 4 picks away, but you're worried about him going with the next pick, just go and get him. Like, just trade up and go grab him. You have 10 draft picks in this draft. Go get your guys. And so I'm expecting a lot. Now, pre-draft, I don't really see anything barring a Deebo Samuel trade. I think that they did their pre-draft move with a trade up with the Saints, and so I think they're going to stay put. It'll be draft night whenever they make those moves, and so it's going to be very, very fun to see, but I'm expecting a bunch of trades. How about this? Over under 4 trades by Philly next week in the draft. Like over under 4 draft trades. Type O down below for over, or if you guys think, I want to hear from you down below for under. I'm thinking, oh man, over, maybe 4? I think right around 4 is where I'm going to go. Give me your thoughts down below right now. All right, before we go ahead and get into Hector's question here, quick shout out to our friends at BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Eagles125. Get a 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. You can bet on the NBA playoffs right now and your high-flying 76ers. Look at the odds right now to win the Eastern Conference. You can bet on these things right now at BetUS. The Sixers have the 4th best odds to win the conference, plus 500. Put $100 down. If they win the Eastern Conference, you get $500. That's how it works. You do have friends at BetUS. Get the promo code. You're going to make a bunch of money here if the Sixers are able to win. I mean, yeah, I like the Heat, the Celtics, and Bucks too, but the Bucks just had an injury to Chris Middleton. The Sixers look hot right now, man. I know Toronto's not that great, but Embiid is looking really, really good. You might want to take that bet. Do it with our friends at BetUS. Hector Hernandez says, what would you call a successful year for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles in 2022? Okay, a successful year is playoffs, obviously, because they have to go ahead and make the playoffs. Anything less than the playoffs, and fans will be up in arms, and rightfully so. But really, Hurts must show dramatic improvement. And when I say dramatic improvement, there are 2 main areas he really needs to go ahead and work on. One is accuracy, because there are a couple of throws each game where if he puts it right where he's supposed to, it's either a touchdown or a big completion or it extends the drive or whatever. And the other thing is decision-making. I think his decision-making is pretty good. I don't think he's a bad decision-making quarterback. Doesn't throw a ton of interceptions. His problem is he won't come back to his 3rd or 4th option. And there are times that he throws the football too early to option number 1 or option number 2, and option number 3 is wide open. Think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game when Quez Watkins early in that one was wide open. You could have found him for a touchdown. So decision-making and accuracy are the 2 big things he must improve on. And if he doesn't, then they're going to draft somebody, and you'll have C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young or somebody else as your starter in 2023. But these are the things he's working on. Like, he's not oblivious to this. He's been up in California working. There's been rumors he worked with Tom Brady. Like, he's going to be better at these things. And if he is, paired with his already great arm talent in terms of power and accuracy, power and just arm ability to fit throws into tight windows, and his ability to run the football, you're looking at a really good quarterback and a very complete quarterback as well. Philly Sports says, I think we can still get Tyrann Mathieu. What would you pay him? Yes, I do, although I think this is something that Matthew's waiting until after the draft. If I'm Tyrann Mathieu, I have all these teams that have offered me probably cheaper deals. I think Philadelphia's one of those. They give him kind of a veteran deal versus an actual fair compensation deal because they don't think that he has a lot of years left. If I'm Mathieu, I wait till after the draft and I go to the team that didn't get a safety and I say, hey, you didn't get a safety? I'm here, pay me what I want. And that could very easily be Philadelphia. If the Eagles don't get Cal Hamilton or Jalen Petrie or Nick Cross or Daxton Hill, like there are a bunch of safety options, but they don't have a safety in this draft, then you make the phone call to Tyrann Mathieu. I think he's waiting for the right fit and the right price, and that's why I think he's in no rush. There was all that hype early on. It was like, oh, they're going to get him this week, and then it was like, oh, it died out a little bit. So I think that it will happen with some team. Obviously, after the draft, though, is where I would focus. All right, one more here. James says, what do you think about Gardner Minshew and Jalen Reagor for Tyler Lockett? Seattle isn't doing that trade. Tyler Lockett is way too good. Way too good. It would take Minshew, Reagor, and like a 2nd or a 3rd round draft pick to trade for Tyler Lockett. Although I am a big Tyler Lockett fan because Lockett is an incredible player, but why not just go ahead and just draft a wide receiver? Like, they don't need 3 new wide receivers. Like, let's just be very clear. They need 1 more. Like, because Quez Watkins, we all agree, is a good number 3, maybe a number 2. Smith is a number 1. You can get a 2nd number 1 with a rookie draft pick, and then you're sitting there on, maybe John Hightower eventually pops, maybe Jalen Reagor eventually pops, maybe Greg Ward has a good year. Like, they have enough receivers. You don't need Lockett plus somebody in round 2 and 3. All you need is someone in the 1st round or maybe a 2nd and a 3rd round draft pick to spend on wide receivers. So I would take this trade, but Seattle's not going to do it, and so what's the point? We'll end on this. Drop a like if you guys are excited for the NFL draft. I know you guys mostly are pretty excited, right? You're excited for the NFL draft. If you're super pumped for the draft, go down below and hit the thumbs up button right now. I'm pumped. You guys should be too. We're going to have great coverage there. Let's have 500 likes in this video, at least. You guys are excited for the draft. You made it this far. Give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. All right, alternate day on our Eagles mailbag video. Plenty more content, as always, coming up starting on Monday with news and rumors. If you guys want to be a part of next week's mailbag video, hashtag Eagles in the comments section. Must be a subscriber to be a part of that. And, of course, follow me on Twitter for all the latest Eagles news and rumors. At Real Thomas Mott as well is the place to find me. If you want to get a question answered or asked there, you can do that as well. Again, alternate day on today's show, Thomas Mott signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.